Hello and welcome to another review on Foos Entertainment. This time it will be for the Purge election year. This is the third and final review I will do on these movies. This is pretty much the sequel to the Purge Anarchy in a lot of ways. It reflects around the main character from the previous film. He was now pretty much guarding a presidential candidate who believes that the purge should be, well, discontinued. And of course the government disagrees and wants to find a way to silence her so she can't influence the world to vote for her. And so they decide to take the purge of this year, or as I say, of that year, because this film's past tense, to go ahead and use it as a means to kill the presidential candidate. And what happens is there is a mole inside the security detail protecting the presidential candidate, and lucky enough our action hero Leo from the previous film actually discovers it. And what happens is a night in which they have to survive the purge and find safety going through all the riot zones in neighborhoods and a lot of stuff, much like in the second movie. They come across some very interesting people that help them. A store owner and his apprentice, and a couple of people who actually go out and help people on Purge Night. That used to be some sort of ghetto family that has a lot of respect with the gangster community once upon a time, that since then has moved on to become better people in the world. This one actually has a lot more of a extreme means of being disturbing at points in time. Like, for example, towards the end in the movie, you see this church that's full of the founding fathers, as well as people that believe in the purge, and they're almost like a religious cult. So some pretty disturbing stuff sometimes in the movie. The pacing of the film is very good. The action is top-notch. I would say that our main character doesn't have a whole lot to do in this one. It did in the last one, but he still does pack a good punch in this movie, and still does his action star thing. Of course, by the end of the movie, she wins the election, and the purge is pretty much ended. Which is why the next movie, which I will not be reviewing, of course, until it comes out on Blu-ray, that I can give my opinion about the overall quality, because frankly I don't like going to movie theaters. I just don't like doing it, because you put your trust into somebody you may or may not know what they're doing. I have often gone to movie theaters to where the print of a feature has not been cleaned up. Of course, that has changed with digital technology. But I also have gone to movie theaters, and still do, to where the sound is not calibrated correctly, and that just is a distraction to me. That said, I do go to movie theaters every now and then for big events. And I'll talk about that when I get to those films, when I review them in the near or further future. Now let's go ahead and talk about the quality of the Blu-ray. This is the second time I've actually seen this movie, so it actually allows me to really get an in-depth thing on it. The 235 by 1 wide frame is just like the first two. It like the first two, has they film it dark, but there's so much of a cool temperature in neutral temperature abstract over the warm color temperatures of the film that you actually see enough of a cool polished look. But with this movie, I have to say that the Purge election year actually has more cool color temperatures than the previous two films, but still having that dark, more digital, more warm looking type of experience. I would say that the sound in this one takes a step down from the first two in a small way, but still does have the same intensity with the first two. The mono center channel is lower than it is in the first two, but it still is not so low to where you can't hear the dialogue in mono effects clearly. But I can definitely say that there's a lot more going on with stereo and surround playback than there is in mono playback on this movie. But it's not done to where it's overwhelming completely to the dialogue central mono channel. Subwoofer is neutral in this movie, but it balances itself out very well with the effects of the sound system. Overall, it's a pretty good experience. Is it as good as the first two films? No, I'll be honest with you. I never thought this film was as good as the first two. I thought they did a good job following up the last movie, but you can't really top the Purge Anarchy as the best one of the three films. And simply the way that is. The political message is far more in your face in this one. It talks about how politics are corrupt. And again, like I said before, but I will not say it again. If you want to know what I'm talking about when it comes to this, left or right, it does not matter. They're both wrong. And we fight too much about political nonsense and garbage. The way I look at politics, and this right here does not offend anybody, so I can say it this way. This is a much better way to say this is what I should have said when I reviewed the first movie. There is only two ways of looking at how politics should be ran and about how the world should be bettering itself. Right and wrong. Not Republican or Democrat, not conservative or liberal, right and wrong. Period. Maybe sometime in my lifetime, I'll see that happen. But that's why I don't usually talk about it, because of the fact that I keep out of politics. I don't like politics. I don't like talking to them. I don't watch the news. I don't care to. I just kind of live in my own world. And people close to me do as well. But that's pretty much my views on the Purge election year, and then obviously, if you include the last two reviews I did, that's my take on the Purge trilogy, which has now become a saga with the fourth film, the first Purge, which, like I said, I'll review that much later in the future when it comes out on Blu-ray. Well, did you like the Purge election year? Did you not like the Purge election year? Do you like this video? Do you not like this video? Comment below. As always, if you desire, not me, but if you desire, subscribe to this channel, like this video, share with your friends, whatever. I'm mostly doing this because it's just a cool thing for me to do, is to talk about movies. It's like it's just a fun thing for me to do, to sing in front of random people I'll not know, in venues or to sing music at home. Well, I will see you guys next time. I'll give you a little sneak peek. I am planning on doing the Conjuring universe next, which means expect the Conjuring, Annabelle, the Conjuring 2, and Annabelle Creation. Those are the next films I will be reviewing. Well, that's all for tonight. I will see you guys next time.